Okay, so now that we're here, just as I did before to show you that we weren't going to be able to use the change method on the checkbox, let's go ahead and just console.log our message here to confirm that we have what we want. So saving this and returning back into the browser, we're going to open our DevTools and go to the console. And let's add another item. Now, when we check the checkbox and that value actually changes from unchecked to checked, we should see our message in the console. Awesome, so we have it. And if we uncheck the box, the value is going to change again. So this is safer than actually just doing the click method here, because what we really care about is that checkbox actually being checked or unchecked. So going back into our code, we can remove our console.log because we know we have the action that we want now. And let's think about what we actually want to happen here. Well, what we actually want to happen when that checkbox is checked is to have this list item here crossed off. So how are we going to do that? Well, the simplest way to solve this problem is just using basic CSS. So if you go into the style file, and you scroll all the way down, you can notice I added a class here called completed. All this completed class does is add a text decoration attribute to the element with line through. Line through is just going to simply strike through whatever text is targeted. So in this case, we're actually just going to want to toggle this class on and off when the value of the checkbox changes. So returning back to our code, our JavaScript code that is, what is the element that we actually want to target this class toggling on and off? This would be a great point to actually go into our inspect element tool. And what you can do from this tool is actually left click, you can go right click, inspect element, and that will take you to the exact point in the DOM visualization where that element lives. So here we have our list item that was dynamically created. And within the list item, we actually have our checkbox input field, our remove X at the end. So in this case, in relation to this input, the list item is its parent, and the input is a child of the list item. So taking that information back with us, let's go hop back into our code, and we're going to apply what we learned last time around scope. Is that we might have many checkboxes on the page, but in order to target this specific checkbox, we're going to use our reference of this. In this case, this refers to the actual checkbox element. Now, we just said that the actual element we want to target is the list item. So the relationship of that list item to our checkbox, which is our this, is that the list item is its parent. So we're going to use one of the traversal methods available to us, and it's called parent. So now we're saying this in reference to our checkbox, and give me your parent. Your parent in this case is going to be the list item itself. So now that we have access to that, we're just going to use something that we've learned before, and that is toggle class. And remember, what we're going to pass into toggle class as an argument is just going to be the name of the class. And in this case, we're going to be using the one I already created called completed. So let's go ahead and check out how that's working. Returning back to the browser, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Now, new item again. We're going to add it to our list. We can close the console for now. And when we check the checkbox, if our completed class is successfully added, it's going to add that text decoration of line through. So there we are. Now, instead of console.logging that checked, we're actually accessing the checkbox's parent, which is the list item, and applying our completed class. Just by inspecting the element again in the console, we can see that this class completed was added. And unchecking it here, it's going to remove it. So now we know how to cross items off the list.